Hey YouTube, this is another DVD Spotlight, and this is our double feature of Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla and Toho Master Collection of Terror of Mechagodzilla. This marks the last two movies of the Showa Era, and probably the best of the later series. It pits Godzilla against his cybernetic counterpart, Mechagodzilla, created by yet again, space aliens that look like they came from Planet of the Apes. In these movies, Godzilla was technically getting his ass stomped all the time. More blood appeared from Godzilla while fighting Mechagodzilla. He almost died in this movie because he got shot up with so many missiles before defeating Godzilla. This also marked the first of another monster called King Caesar. King Caesar was like a giant the Japanese kind of dragon dog thing, and he was one of my favorites growing up as a kid. I actually thought it was a Digimon for some reason. I don't know why. I just thought it was a Digimon, but that would be probably because by the time Season 3 came out, there actually was one of those type of dog-like demons as a Digimon called Sacermon. So, I think it was like a foreshadowing thing that my imagination had as a young child. The movie really had no plot except that it marked one of the few last times in both movies where you'll see the actor that played Dr. Serizawa, because after Terror of Mechagodzilla, he died of cancer shortly before 85 could be made, and that was one of the reasons why he was not in it when he was scheduled to be in it. The Godzilla Mechagodzilla one is a TriStar release. There's no special features, unlike its Terror Mechagodzilla, which talks about the females of Godzilla, like, of Toho. Yeah, and it has both runtimes and the special prelude thing that only the American version originally had when released in theaters. The Mechagodzilla one has Mechagodzilla actually fighting and beating every monster pretty much he comes up against. He beat Godzilla, he beat Angulus, and he beat King Caesar. Due to the TriStar also bringing over to the US, you'll see the wires because they brighten the movie. So you'll see wires a lot. Well, not a lot, but in certain cases where wires are used. The movie, the fights are good. Some of the plot of the movie just sucks. Because the director was like a huge buff into like making like spy movies and 70s like themed movies. That it was just too much for the viewers. Hence, the final of the sequels, Terror Mechagodzilla, Godzilla was pitted against not one but two monsters, Mechagodzilla and Titanosaurus. Titanosaurus was an aquatic-like dinosaur, which is featured in a lot of the video games now. Titanosaurus really never had any special abilities, except that originally they were planned to making him a cybernetic mecha, that it took two monsters that could somehow fuse together to make Titanosaurus, and Mechagodzilla to fight Godzilla. It was probably one of the best fight scenes because Godzilla was outnumbered and he was getting the crap kicked out of him every second you could see when he fought the monsters practically with the 2-on-1 handicap. It also marked the first time there was ever real nudity seen in a Godzilla movie because there was a surgery scene where a female had a cybernetic heart where they actually had to go into her chest to fix the heart because the aliens gave it to her to make her live so they could try to get the doctor who made Titanosaurus on their side. In all, both movies are great. The Toho Master Collection is usually something better than the TriStar releases because it gives you the option to watch dubbed or subbed. Most of the time I just watch the movies dubbed because I've seen them dubbed, but knowing that some scenes were also edited out of movies, sometimes just the subbed versions actually include the original dialogue, which was left out, or even the scenes, because they chose not to dub those scenes in the US. So a lot of scenes that we somehow did not see will always be left, I think, in the subbed version. I'm not too sure about that, because there's only been a few Godzilla movies with deleted scenes, and they have not released those ones just yet. The ones being King Kong versus Godzilla, and I'm pretty sure there's a third, other than Terror of Mechagodzilla. I'm not too sure. There was one more movie, I believe, that had a deleted scene. But, yeah, these movies are a rent or a buy, and I'm pretty sure you can see at least Mechagodzilla on Netflix, for those of you who have Netflix. If you don't know what Netflix is, Google it. So this was a DVD Spotlight, the DVD double feature Spotlight with Wheelchair 21. And I'll talk to you later, YouTube. Bye.